Welcome back to Black News Tonight. Kwame Brown, he is the first ever high school basketball player to be drafted #1 overall in the NBA draft back in 2001. And he is dishing out takes now. He's helping out the community, and he is growing his booming brand. It's called Bust Life LLC.
I think it's too many men that may be scorned or hurt in a wrong way and want to teach from a position of they have animosity and anger that they're harboring. And although they may be smart and although they might sound good, in real life, if they have a girlfriend, a wife, or a mother, or anybody that's a female that they love, and then they're outwardly aggressive towards other women, there's some sort of trauma there. So you guys have a blessed day. I may or may not come back later because I got the Marc Lamont Hill thing.
Kwame is an entrepreneur, an outdoorsman, a media personality, a philanthropist, a speaker, and he's also a 12-year NBA veteran. And he is now one of the top social media influencers in the world. Joining me now on the show is the man himself, Kwame Brown. Welcome to the show, my brother. Let's get started with Bust Life LLC. You look on Instagram, I see more than 216,000 followers. I see more than 47 million views on YouTube, 400,000 subscribers. How did you create the blueprint for this kind of business, this type of brand?
There was no blueprint. It's just God's work. I wasn't even supposed to be on YouTube, really. I was on Facebook saying the same thing for free. Jackson and Becky with the good hair said some things that I thought was disrespectful. I tried to have a man-to-man conversation with them. I just took what I was saying on YouTube on Facebook once I got that attention and started saying it on YouTube.
Wow. So for those that don't know what Kwame's referencing, he got into a bit of an exchange on social media with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson over comments that were made, I believe, on both on All the Smoke, their podcast, and also with Gilbert Arenas at some point, and that became a launching pad. And before I knew it, I was seeing Kwame everywhere. I was seeing him on Instagram. I was seeing him on YouTube. He was starting to have guests, and it's a whole big thing. I don't want to focus too much on the beef. You know, Matt and Stacks, those are my brothers, and I try to promote positive energy. And so I don't want to go down that road as much as I'm just thinking about how you were able to turn that into something that honestly no one saw coming. I did not expect 12 months ago that one of the biggest black social media influencers would be you. I didn't expect for you to be weighing in on social influence or rather social matters. I just didn't see that coming, and none of us did. And it sounds like you didn't either. What were some of the challenges of taking that moment of popularity and that moment of attention and transforming it into something sustainable?
I look up by saying those are my brothers too, and that's why I try to pull them out of coaching. How we supposed to do each other. We are all men at the end of the day, and what they were doing is belittling another man. I was in a factual trade that one guy is tapping another guy, trying to exclude a man from a factual trade that if they just said it as it was, but for a long time, used my name as the butt of all jokes, that which I think helped create this one. You look back at every article of Kwame Brown, whether it be Sally Jenkins for 2 seconds or an hour, and ask people questions entire life. It's the way they did me in the media. So I try to get those brothers to understand that as a man, I have a teenager. I'm making jokes. You guys are making money for these big companies off of my back. Their highlights is when they would run a special and have Stephen A. make me even 10 years after me not playing. So, I finally just said enough is enough. And I exposed it. And your life is not perfect. And so, I started talking about their real life.
That's an important point. I want to pause and take commercial. I want to improve your connection just a little bit so we can hear you a little bit better. Stay right here, everybody. I got Kwame Brown on the line. We're going to talk about basketball. We're going to talk about his image. We're going to talk about topics in the black community. Stay right here on Black News Tonight. Black News Tonight. We continue our conversation with Kwame Brown. Again, the first ever high school basketball player to be drafted #1 overall in the 2001 NBA draft by Michael Jordan of the Washington Wizards. Kwame, one of the things you were just talking about was sort of how over a decade, and even longer than that, really almost now 2 decades, you have been the butt of jokes. You have been talked about. Even the use of the word bust, and I know you responded to Stephen A. Smith, you responded to others. The thing I wondered as you were talking about all this in public was the emotional part of it. Like, how did you feel emotionally as that was happening? Like, because if that happened to me, you know, my feelings would be hurt. My pride would be hurt. You know what I mean? My self-confidence might be shaken. I'm not saying that's your story, but I'm wondering what your story is. How did it feel for those things to be happening?
I just tuned it out. You know, I've been through so much in my life before, you know, I made it to the NBA. And that's what the NBA, they don't do a good job of telling guys' backstory. They make people think that a lot of these guys are from the inner city, but they make them think that they're just these rich guys, and that's not the case. If they tell a story how it truly is, you can inspire these kids. I was the #1 draft pick from a cheese line. You know, that story should have resonated all over the world. But instead, they're fixated on a game and calling me a bust because, you know, I'm walking black history. They would have never did this to a female. They would have never did this to a LGBT. They would have never did this to any other category but a black man. Just think about it. I came from a cheese line, a homeless shelter. I was the #1 draft pick. I was signed, sealed, and delivered to go to University of Florida. I was on honor roll, and I'm 1 out of 8 children, 4 of which been to prison. If you can't tell that story in a better way other than calling a kid a bust, to me it seems calculated. To me it seems that they needed to send Stephen A. to those colleges to tell other kids that think like me to not think like me. Because otherwise I can't find another athlete that ESPN or Disney or whoever else paid a grown man to go to high schools and colleges to do like a stand-up routine about a man. Where did Sally Jenkins come from? She was never with me in the cheese line. She was never with me when I was growing up in Brunswick. So how does she know so much about a kid? She put in the article that I went and got Fritz Dressen. How did you think I became the #1 draft pick? I did things my way. I was a confident little booger. So I didn't want you to take me to a Greek restaurant at the age of 19 and feed me goat cheese and pecans and all of this stuff in a salad. I've never eaten this. I'm 19 years old. I'm just come from eating McDonald's and Popeyes on road trips. $10 we get for meal prep or meal planning. So why would you take me to that type of restaurant? So I stayed me.
Right. They didn't understand you, and it seemed like they didn't understand you, and they didn't try to understand you.
But
some of the criticism, some of the
hold on, Mark. It's not about understanding me. You got to understand a 19-year-old. Most 19-year-olds are in a college dorm eating oodles and noodles, or they're eating cafeteria food out of a dorm. You're asking a 19-year-old kid to be who you want him to be, when a 19-year-old kid said, no, I'm going to be who I am, which is I like Fritz Dressen. If that makes me look crazy to you, that's your opinion.
How much of this also goes to Michael Jordan? I always think about Michael Jordan. I think about he drafted you, which helped create that heightened expectation. You were a high school kid, #1 draft pick, but you also were Michael Jordan's choice at a moment where Michael Jordan had just come back from retirement. And then all the stories, all the accounts talk about Michael Jordan's relationship to you, and he was, it seemed to me, somewhat abusive almost to you as a mentor, as a big brother, and as a teammate. Do you harbor any frustration, any anger toward Michael Jordan for the way he sort of treated you when you came into the league?
It was more Doug Collins than anything. Doug Collins doesn't know how to relate to young black men. He tries to rule with an iron fist, and that doesn't really work with everybody. And so with MJ, he just was a man who didn't get his way. MJ didn't draft me to play in Washington Wizards. He drafted me to trade me to Chicago Bulls for Elton Brand. And so when that didn't happen, if anybody know anything about MJ, and that's why these sports writers, I always call them script reading, you know what's, but they're afraid to talk about certain people. But if anybody know anything about Michael Jordan, he didn't believe in playing young players. You had to earn your right to play.
Right.
So for anybody who thought that MJ drafted a young kid to play with him, then that's your bad. MJ doesn't do that. He wanted a veteran, which it made business sense to have Elton Brand, who was averaging a double-double and who he knew what he was getting. And so, you know, that trade not going through was bad luck for me. But at the end of the day, what don't kill you make you stronger. And I ain't dead.
And not only are you not dead, you are kicking alive and well. I only got about 2 minutes left. I'm thinking about your YouTube channel. You done had all kinds of people on there. Some of the folk I don't like. Some of the stuff you talk about I don't agree with. But you have managed to create a space and a community for yourself. People be like, I can't wait to see what Kwame gonna say about this. So people say, Kwame, what do you think about that? You have created a space for yourself. What do you want your YouTube channel to offer? What do you want your YouTube channel to be?
I want it to be the reflection of what people talk about. People talk about diversity, but then as soon as somebody says something they don't agree with, they cancel the whole person, acting like God's on earth. That's the whole point of life, to be able to disagree with someone. Most people that I disagree with, I learn the most from. We have to stop this turning people's opinion into ruining their whole life. Because at no point there's going to be a person walking this earth that's going to be aligned with everything that someone says. So that shouldn't even come up in the conversation. We should talk more about what we agree upon, and that way we'll talk less about what we don't agree with.
So who are some people you want to have on the show, on your YouTube channel, Bus Life, who will provoke your thinking and who will get your wheels turning, because y'all don't see the world exactly the same way, but y'all can build together?
I would like young people to meet Thomas Sowell. I think he's a jewel that people are trying to bury before time. I think people need to talk to people like Larry Elder. We need to hear both sides. I would like Hillary Clinton to come on and talk why she pulled hot sauce out of her purse. I thought that was very disrespectful. It's a lot of things that we allow to happen. I would like to ask Joe Biden, why would you ever think to say you're not black if you don't vote for me? I thought that was highly disrespectful. And I think the media nowadays, we have guys walking on earth. They're afraid to talk about certain people, but then they have a Thor hammer for people that they don't like. That's why I came to YouTube and I said it. It's all about who we like. And right now in our community, they're using our celebrities and people with large followings. And most people, they just hit the like button and follow the celebrities they like. And they're leading us down a path of destruction, in my opinion.
Well, that's a deep conversation, brother. I got to have you back so we can talk on specific topics when things come up, and I'd love to do your show, man, so we could agree and disagree on all that stuff, including the Larry Elder, Thomas Sowell conversations, man. All of them need to happen. As black people, we can't afford to throw each other away, and we can't afford to ignore each other just if we disagree. So I like the spirit that you're moving in. I like the conversation you're having, and I also need you to put a word of prayer out for my Philadelphia 76ers. I need a championship this year. Can you do that for me?
Yes, sir. I will do. And y'all got
that's all I need, Doc.
If he can shave about 10 pounds, you get the old James Harden. Because you got a heck of a talent, but he better cut back from eating.
Oh, man, no cheesesteaks for him, man. I'm going to make sure that happens, man. All right. Kwame, good to see you, my brother. Everybody, stay with me here on Black News Tonight. And if you want to hear and see more of Kwame Brown, check out his YouTube channel, The Bust Life. It's on YouTube. You can check it out and hear everything he got to say.